Hello guys, this video is probably one of the most important ones in our collection. The main reason for that is that we will be reviewing the diagram wizard in the next half an hour probably. This is the main feature that Licorne has. This is the thing that this piece of software does best, and it's probably the main reason you bought it. And let's jump right in. Whoops, we can't jump right in. You have to create a new project. Basically, a project is a way to group tasks, and you'll see what a task is in a minute. But let's name this project my first site. You can either group tasks, which are these things. You can either group them by type, or what would be more intuitive in my opinion, you can group them by the site that you're actually building links to. And it's wise to put as descriptive name as possible. In my case, I'm just going to show you how to work those features for your own benefit, so I don't put much thought into naming the project. So the diagram wizard basically guides you through the process of setting up your tier 1 or maybe multi-tier link building campaign. And this is it. Basically, we have the money site in the center, and here are all the main categories of platforms that Licorne can submit to. And as we mentioned in other videos, the best categories which are useful for tier 1 link building are Web 2.0s, wikis, and article directories. And to make them link to your site, you just have to make an arrow pointing from one to the other. So in a way, we have already set up our tier 1 link structure, and now we are going to enter the necessary data so that it can work. So first thing first, we set up money site data. Basically here you can type in all the keywords that you're going to use for your link building campaigns. These are the words that will actually be made anchor text in the content you're submitting. So continuing the topic of payday loans, I can type here payday loans or payday loans, money loans, and you can type as many keywords as you want. Basically, the more keywords you type, the better it is, since your link profile should be as natural as possible, and a natural link profile doesn't contain only the keywords that you want to rank for. It contains all sorts of stuff, such as if you are tight on money, click here. Basically, these are the words that are not exactly going to get you money, because no one is searching for this particular term, but this is a term that is logical to be an anchor text leading to your site. Get a loan until payday. Click here, as we said. Visit this website, and you can go crazy here basically, but yeah, you need only one link per keyword, and it's very advisable that you also link to sites that are not in your not your money site, because that's how you mask what you're doing. That's how it appears even more naturally, because not all the pages that are linking to your site are linking to your site exclusively, but they're linking to many other sites as well. And unfortunately, Licorne can only have one set of keywords and one set of links, so the other links you have to enter manually in your articles, in your content that you're going to be submitting. And here you're going to be entering your website. And if you want to diversify even more your link profile, you can say more, you can enter more than one URL, which means you can either say for example, there's a you must link to a page which is logical to be linked to. Basically, if you want to take a loan, then it's only logical that people will be linking to this page, because it's going to be useful for a lot of people. And it's another way to make your link profile appear more natural, since people don't actually only link to your homepage, they link to all sorts of pages. And Licorne will take care of you if you forgot to add HTTP in front of the links. You have to add it every time. And now your money site icon is in full color, which means that this is now set up. And now we have to set up all these other tasks. So we are now setting up article submission task, and it's always best to name it in such a way that you know what this is. In this case, article submission tier 1, since it's going to be just that, then this is an adequate name for the task. Keywords and links are already defined in here, so you don't need to fill them every time. And now you need to add your content. And for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm not going to add my own articles. I'm going to just scrape for articles so that I can set up the campaign, but that's definitely not the right way to do it. You have to write your own content and submit it. Instead of doing what I'm doing right now. And you have to add tags here. Now, imagine for a second that this is your own content. What you do is, once you have prepared it, you can copy, well, anyway, you can copy the first paragraph and use it as article summary. In the article resource section, I'm going to use another piece of software. You can either type something about yourself, author build manually, or you can use another piece of software which I'm going to use right now. This is AIO content machine. Basically it generates content for your campaigns. It's very adequate for tier 2 and tier 3, but it's far from adequate for tier 1 links, tier 1 content. However, the About Me generator is completely adequate, and it generates a pretty well spun author bio, which you can use in this section. And I'm going to have a link for you where you can buy this program below the video in my website. So we have to also add tags, and then you add the article. You can also preview it, and here you have the summary, you have the article itself. In this case it is not spun, so this is only one version of it. Again, in your case you have to write your own articles, and you have to spin them manually. Now that this article is added, you can now select which sites to submit to. And basically what we want to do is first select all article sites, and then unselect sites with page rank below 0, and then unselect all sites with outbound links above 100. And the reason we do that is because we want our page rank to be only above 0, or above -1, actually 0 including, because these are the sites that Google actually thinks are valuable, and the number of outbound links basically tells us if this site is spammed, or if it's a relatively authoritative site that you'll be happy to have a link from. So we have 82 sites selected, and now here you can choose between instant submission, which means that once you run this task all submissions will be done at once, or you can choose drip feed submission, set the maximum number of submissions, and then limit the daily number of submissions. And my advice is that you submit up to 10 to 12 submissions per day for new sites, and depending on how old your site is, you can go probably as high as 50, but I would never go above 20 unless my site is really good, really useful to people. If that's the case, then you probably get away with a higher value here. And you can schedule when to run this task. I won't do that, but it's personal preference. And you have to create a new list of output URLs where all your successful submissions will be stored, and I'm going to name it Payday Loans Tier 1 Articles. And now I'm ready, and this icon is now in full color as well. Now the same thing has to happen with the Web 2.0s and the wikis, and I'm going to pause this video to set those campaigns as well. Okay, so now we have all these 3 tasks set up. Now what I'm going to show you next is how to build the tier 2 links. Basically it should be a bit obvious right now. So what you're going to do is you're going to use one more set of these icons: article directories, Web 2.0s and wikis, and you're going to link them like this. Which means that now article directories are linking to wikis, and Web 2.0s are linking to article directories, and wikis are linking to Web 2.0s. And you can also have, to complete the structure, you can have money site some social bookmarks, some high PR social bookmarks linking to your money site, because although they don't have content and they're not that, they can't link with contextual links, there's still some of them which are with pretty high PR, and I don't think you can afford to miss that. And those with lower PR can also link to the tier 1 links. What happens now is that your tier 2 links are going to make your tier 1 links stronger, which means that every tier 1 link you have will contribute more to the power of your money site. The links that we are going to build in these tasks are lower authority links, links from pages which are spammed more, or links from pages which have page rank of -1, but these are still pages which give some positive value. If you're using such a page on your linking to your money site, then you run the risk that your site will get penalized. But if you're only linking to tier 1 pages from those non-authoritative sites, then the worst that can happen is that you lose the value of one link, which in most cases is a risk that is worth taking. So right now you can either get some tier 2 wiki, and basically here you can either write some more articles yourself, which is not necessarily the best investment of your time. Of course, you can afford to pay someone to write articles for you, then that would be the best option. If not, then you can use SEO Content Machine to produce content for your tier 2 campaigns. Basically what you do is you click the article creator and you say payday loans as task name. Of course, that's just to show you how easy it can be. Of course, you can use whatever piece of software or even no piece of software if you want to, but I'm just going to show you how easy it can be. Keywords, we are going to use payday loans and money loans. Paragraph count should be from 4 to 7. Paragraph variation should be, well, depending on how much you want to weight and how unique your content you want your content to be. And you have also unique article count, which means how many articles with that much spin tags are going to be created. In my case, I'm going to create just one article with 10 paragraph variations. And I'm also going to use Spinner Rewriter to spin the content on a word and phrase basis, which will make it even more unique. Here I set to Licorne. Basically there's a typo here, but that's not relevant. And here you specify which folder will you find your content in. Here you specify which sites to scrape for content. Here you specify if you want custom titles for your articles or you just want to have some titles scraped. No reason to not have scraped titles in this instance. Now here you can you can specify the URLs that need to that there has to be a link to, and basically you need you can have quite a few sets of links, and basically you can have one set which is just for diversion, which means you can say payday loans here, and you can hit enter, and all kinds of keywords will start popping up here. And once you have enough, probably 100 is fine, you select all, you copy, and you paste them here. And here you can link to all kinds of URLs that you think have some relevancy. And personally I'm going to use yet another piece of software to do that, to find some URLs. So I'm going to use Scrapebox, and you can use the keyword scraper of Licorne as well if you want to, but I'm used to using this one. You don't need that many. And now you remove duplicate URLs, and now you can select all of those. Paste them here and specify that you're going to insert 1 to 3 of those, for example, in each instance of your article, of your tier 2 article. And next we're going to insert some images in your article so that they can seem more user friendly, and probably even one video. And now I can just run this task. Now I'll pause the video while it works. So now this task is completed, and I can open Licorne and use import articles from SEO content machine, and open this file. And basically when you import it, you get the whole article with the full formatting, and you don't have to do anything. And here's how as one example of this article would look. And you can see another one. As you can see, it's still pretty readable. So now you only have to add this article and click next. You need to I had already created a new profile for my tier 1 links, but now I have to create another one for tier 2 links, because there might be some sites that I'm going to submit in my tier 1 and in my tier 2. I don't necessarily intend to do that. And what you do here is most of the data is generated for you. The only thing you have to do is to specify some keywords. Yeah, so when you enter the keywords, a random 4-digit number is added to those keywords so that you can actually have a unique subdomain where it's needed. And you need to create an email address, which can either be a disposable email address like this one, and you can just add it, or it's even better if you create an email address at your domain. So it would be something like admin@paydayloans.com, and then you fill out this information so that Licorne can access your email account and click on all the confirmation links that you receive from submitting links. The reason it's better to use account associated with your domain name is because a lot of sites actually don't allow you to create an account with an email address such as this one, which is a disposable email address, and most of those are used precisely for spamming. So it's not the best idea to do that. You can also use a Hotmail account, and it will also give you a pretty decent success rate, just a little bit lower probably than if you have an email address associated with your domain name. Personally, I always use emails associated with my domain name because I want the highest possible success rate. And you need to add a profile name. In this case, Payday Loans Wiki Tier 2. And you click on Create Account Profile. You probably can only have one account for wikis, articles, and Web 2.0s. It's just a force of habit for me to add wiki here. So right now we're going to add all wikis that we're going to select all of them, and then we're going to filter them by page rank, but I only want those with page rank below 0 because we had the other ones in tier 1 and I don't want duplicates. So that's that. And now we have 152 sites selected, and again drip feed submission 20 per day, and another list which probably has to be Payday Loans Tier 2. Whoops. And now I click finish, and now my tier 2 wiki submission is done. And now I'm going to pause this video so that I can set up all the other tier 2 campaigns. So I finished all of those, and one thing I forgot to mention is that since we're having four different actually sets of social bookmarks, it's best to use a different account for each set, because if you don't use a different account, then you're going to have 2 or 3 or 4 bookmarks under the same account linking to different pages, which are either your money site or other pages which link to your money site, which is a pretty huge footprint, and it tells Google that your site, you are actually doing link building, and you're doing it in an automated way. So your site might get penalized if you do that. So I don't recommend it. I recommend that you have a different account on each social bookmarking site for each bookmark that you want to add. So now I think this diagram is completed. So I click finish, and now I have all these tasks. And basically what is going to happen is that once I add some proxies here by using this button, and you have to, it can be either in this or in this format. Basically this format is most likely public proxies or private proxies that are limited to your IP, and this one is reserved for private proxies. Or you can use this button and this button, and you're going to receive some proxies that Licorne has gathered for you. However, this list is not necessarily useful in my opinion. I would advise you to buy some private proxies. So once I do that, I can just start the submitter and specify the number of threads, and it will start submitting. Basically these are the tier 1 tasks, and these ones are just scheduled, which means that once you have some live links from these ones, those will start building links to the pages where you have tier 1 links which are live. So in essence, this is how Licorne diagram wizard works. You can also add just one task instead of using the diagram wizard every time, and you can still add whatever task you want, and it still has the same interface, except that you specify keywords and links each time. And I think that is it. So I hope this video has been useful for you. I may not have been clear in my explanations in each step of the way, so please, if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. I hope this video has been useful for you. I hope you use Licorne and make a lot of money with it. That's all from me. Thanks for watching.